show. We started the blanket. Oh, I'm wrong. Can we just show the rose for 1 second? Okay, we're giving you a little tiny peek and it's coming up. This is the rose and these are backed with gingham. We're gonna go over to the blankets now, but this is coming up and we're gonna walk over here. There's so much that okay.
Okay.
Oh, and the primrose bed, can I just tell everybody it's half price? That's all I'm saying. Okay, all right, the leggings, by the way, there's only 75 pairs left. So here is the best gift you will ever give anyone for the holidays or yourself. It's $69.95. These are 100% cotton. And they're absolutely stunning. Twin, full, queen, or king are the 3 sizes. We also have flex space, so it's $23.32 to get home.
Wow.
Everyone loves these, Kim.
I know.
Huge customer pick.
Let me tell you about why I did this blanket. This particular blanket is what we call an Aran blanket. It's named after the Aran Islands in Ireland. And what's fabulous about this blanket is each of one of these patches, you know, everyone does a cable blanket. I wanted to do something that was different and that was special. So I need to tell you the story about this blanket. So what you see on this blanket is, you can see over here is a classic cable. That represents the rope of the fisherman. Okay, then if you get, this basket weave over here, and that means togetherness, unity and togetherness. Okay.
All right.
This is the diamond stitch, and that represents the fisherman's net, luck at sea. And then we've got the trellis design, which is the landscape of Ireland. That's longevity and luck.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of good things.
There's something about when you buy one of these patchwork blankets, it's a story. And you don't know who's going to be sitting and eating popcorn underneath it. And your family will have its own story about this blanket.
Oh my gosh, these are so soft. They're so beautiful.
And the colors, there's blue, there's ivory, and then there's beige. And it really is what we call, it's a beautiful French blue. And this is the classic Aran ivory. And it looks, I love the ivory because Aran is pretty much in the ivory color. And then I love this beige color. But it's the technique, and it's also all the different, it's not just a regular blanket, it's something different. With Clever Carriage Home, the DNA is we want to take you up a notch.
Right.
If everyone's got a cable blanket, we want a patchwork cable blanket.
Right.
And you know, blanket, talking about a folkloric tale, there was a man by the name of Edmund Blanket, where the name came from. He was freezing his wife, my friend who I told the story to, I was telling her that her...
Wait, his actual last name was Blanket?
Edmund Blanket. And he was a clothier, wool cloth, and he made his wife this big piece of fabric to, you know, for her to snuggle under. And I was telling a friend of mine my story, and she was like, her boyfriend does nothing for her. At least he made herself a blanket. Like, he did something. He was useful.
Oh, that sounds very useful. But wait, what did they do before that?
Well, they used throws.
Oh, I see.
And that's where the word throw came from skins that had been thrown away.
And I know the romance card that comes with this probably has that story on it.
Everything comes with a whole story on it.
Yes, I love that. And that also, and I know you're probably getting one for yourself, but I think that makes it extra special giftable.
It is, because we all love, you know, we are all clever women. And we all want to know why we're spending money, why we want to invest in something that we're going to have for a lifetime, and it's an investment piece, and that we can pass down from generation to generation.
Uh-huh.
So you're buying something that you're going to enjoy and cherish.
Well, I think that a blanket is something, you know, it's interesting. The blanket that I was wrapped with, you're going to think I'm nuts.
Oh my God, Helen, we're not going to go to the blanket that you came home with?
No, not that I came home with.
Oh my God. This is a couch, you don't need a blanket.
My great aunt hand knitted a patchwork crochet blanket and was given to me when I was little. To this day, I have it in my room. So I think blankets can mean, and I think there's something, you know, you've heard about security blankets. I think there literally is something that you can emotionally attach to blankets.
I know, I am attached to blankets. You do.
And I get emotionally attached to things like that.
I get emotionally attached to things that I can do with hot flushes, basically. No, because I must tell you something. When you put on a wool blanket, this blanket, it feels so luxurious because of the 100% cotton in the blanket.
Wait, do you think that's weird that I still have that blanket?
It's a little weird.
I am a little weird, but I own that. I own that I'm a little weird.
At least you own your uniqueness.
I do. I definitely own my uniqueness. But I think that, you know...
there's something beautiful about keeping something that means special. And that's, you know, that the hooked pieces, the embroidery pieces, the lace pieces, you should keep them and pass them on. I love that.
And when you give a gift that's in someone's home, they're going to be reminded of you and think about the love that you're giving them every single time. And that's
they'll
like
remember
a
to
blanket.
give you a gift.
Yeah.
Is that what you say?
No, I'm saying that they remember how much you care about them when they're cold and they snuggle up at night, and that's the blanket. A good friend of mine got me a throw as a gift one time. I know I have a lot of blankets, but I was going to say every time I snuggle up with it, I think about her.
No, there is.
That's literally true.
There is, but there's something about a blanket as the story part of the blanket, and especially the patchwork part of a blanket.
And this has a story in it, and I actually read this novel about how they used to tell stories in quilts and things like that.
Well, that's how women. That's great because
yes. Did you read that book?
No, because women, what they used to do with the word patchwork used to come around because women used to patchwork and they would comfort one another, and that's where the word comforter came from.
Ah, see? I'm making some sort of sense. By the way, the ivory in the twin is limited. There's only 15 left if you want to get the twin size in the ivory. And by the way, a twin size in any of these would be great in your living room as a throw.
On your couch, if you've got some dirty marks on the couch, you want to hide a little bit of something.
Or you want to warm up the room.
Warm up the room. But I use blankets all over, because they add to the dimension. You know, your room is kind of like as women, we think of a bedroom. To me, it's an outfit.
Right.
And if you're adding your earring, you're adding a thing, you're adding by the blanket and your pillows, you're adding personality to your room.
Okay, by the way, it says 5 seconds left. We are going to talk about this for another minute and a half. There's so many people on the line in the ordering process. We want to make sure that everyone gets the opportunity to have this. If you're walking around the house listening to HSN, I really want you to walk over to the TV and take a look at the richness of this blanket. I want you to look at the story of the blanket. And also, if you got the Paris toile, it matches back perfectly. It's that same blue. If you're doing the whole
blue.
Yeah, that French blue. If you're doing the whole Paris story, I want you to know that this was designed with that in mind. And actually, Pat, I would love another shot of this blanket at the end of the bed there.
It is on the end of the bed,
yeah, right there, because I want you to see how beautifully it looks. There it is. That's the blanket. You see how beautiful that looks?
Also, you can go to hsn.com. They've done such a great job at actually coordinating every one of these looks so that you can actually see each piece and how it actually comes together to form the collection.
Yeah, and there you go. And see, like, you can see different ways to style it, different ways to have it, and all the pieces that we have in the show that we kind of bring everything together. So you can go to hsn.com, put in Clever Carriage Home, and see the whole collection. So,
yes, there's Clever Carriage Company, and then there's Clever Carriage Home.
Right, and Company has the best handbags in the world. So, and also, of course, the Pima cotton leggings and the throws that we're wearing.
But Pat, I think you should get a close shot over here of the actual detailing of the stitching, because it's kind of like a hand knit. So you've got this trellis stitch over here, you've got the diamond stitch, you've got the basket weave, you've got the cable, and it's the patchwork and the intricate of the details of the design of this patchwork that I think really makes this patchwork blanket so beautiful.
So